Life got you down, getting a little too serious? Well, you've come to the right place. Larry's Country Diner. Great food, great music, great conversation, and here's a man who refuses to put anything but 45 records on his jukebox. Here's Larry.
That's right. Yay. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Before I forget, the promise is, oh, this is Renee's. Make a joyful noise.
Yeah.
Unto the Lord.
Crashing.
Make a loud noise and rejoice. Psalms 98:4. Just drop it anywhere, Renee.
Oh, come on, do it right.
Well, darn. I love it.
Anybody want anything to eat today?
She'll clean
Sorry,
them up. Just take the fork and wipe it off,
up.
and it'll be fine. The year was 1949. 6.2 million new cars sold in the U.S. Do a little louder. A new type of TV program appeared. We now call them soap operas. Do you know why they were called soap operas?
No. They were sold by soap.
Thank you. They were sponsored by soap manufacturers. Now we could call this dog food show. If we could get a sponsor, or cat food, we don't care. That's why they called it that, to catch the stay-at-home moms with the advertising. Average cost of a new house, $7,450. Average wages per year, $2,950. It was 1949. Cost of gallon of gas was 17 cents. The first Polaroid camera was sold for $89.95. Boy, that was back in 1949? That's a lot of money back then. $89.95 for a Polaroid camera. And the first Volkswagen Beetle, if I got this right, yes. First Volkswagen Beetle was sold in the U.S. The first automatic streetlights are installed in New Milford, Connecticut. Then it says 45 RPM record USA. I think that's what that means, is that in 1949, the first 45 RPM record was introduced. The world's first commercially available computer, the Ferrante Mark I, was released. I never heard of that one. Oh, here it is. He's right. The 45 RPM discs are introduced in 1949. Mule Train by Frankie Lane was #1 on the Billboard charts.
Mule Train,
Yeah. Like a rider in the sky.
clippity clopping on the mountain chain.
You know what? That sounds a lot like Ronny Robbins.
Who was also born in 49.
Are you serious? Were you really? I didn't know that. I'd write that down.
I
You're lying,
I know
right?
it's not on the script, but
It was not one of the highlights that they pointed out.
I wouldn't think it would be.
However, Bruce Springsteen was born in 1949, and they did count him.
He's still trying to get out of New Jersey.
South Pacific. I didn't do that. Rodgers and Hammerstein debuted the musical South Pacific on Broadway. So thank you, Elliot, for all these pictures, and thank you very much for 1949.
Yeah.
We have got an incredible show for you today because we're going to feature the sheriff. Yeah. And it's going to be
Big JC.
the reason we're doing that. We've had an awful lot of mail, awful lot of inquiries on the internet, going to our web address, larryscountrydiner.com, asking about the sheriff. And I guess you've had some activity on your website, haven't you?
I have. People have been very interested in my position. And they,
Standing?
yes, they usually see me like that. No, some of them think I'm a real sheriff, and
You're not.
I am
And then there's other
26
folks-
weeks out of the year.
That's right.
And there's other folks that's written and said, Why's Jimmy got on that sheriff's outfit?
That's right.
You're either selling it or you're not.
They started calling you Sheriff on the Opry, haven't they?
They have, yeah.
We, as you know, it's a television show. And we like to think it's a diner because it is. We serve real food. Very few people have food. Renee?
Coming.
Somebody dropped the fork, sorry.
That's right. She's back there washing the forks. But we ask you to be here because most of the entertainers that you play guitar for, you've played guitar with them either in their recordings early on as, who pointed that out yesterday? You were on their first recording.
George Hamilton, the fourth.
Was it George
Oh,
Hamilton?
and Gary Morris.
Gary Morris. I actually was. It was produced by Nora Wilton.
Yeah. So,
Columbia B.
You've played with so many of them.
I've been
and
very
on the Opry,
blessed.
every weekend you do it. And
Yes,
then you're
we do.
all over the country's family reunion. So your guitar playing is phenomenal.
Thank
and
you.
we started talking about various licks that have made records. Just jump into it.
Well, I think there are a lot of unsung heroes in Nashville and everywhere for that matter, but especially guitar players, because I'm partial to guitar. But there are a lot of licks that are created on a record session, that put such an ID on the record that song can't be done without that lick anymore. A friend of mine, Ray Eddington, on this first thing we're going to do, the producer came over to him and said, "You played on all those Everly Brothers records, didn't you?" And he said, "Yeah, I did." He said, "Can you play something similar to that and not sound like the Everly Brothers on this record?" And the record was a Lynn Anderson record.
Yeah.
And Ray Eddington, a great rhythm guitar player, who we all copy right to this day. And he started with your dad, with Ronnie's dad. He actually
Marty Robbins.
Yeah, traveled with him some. And but anyhow, he created this intro. You can't do the song without the intro now, and that's.
Will we recognize it, or are you going to tell us what the song
I'm going to
is?
let you see if you can recognize the song, and if you can't, Michelle's going to sing a couple of lines with the title in it.
All right.
It'll be a dead giveaway.
One way or the other,
The
we're going
longer
to
they
get
go,
it.
the
Here we
easier
go.
it gets.
2,
I like it.
3, 4.
I got it.
I beg your pardon.
Yep.
I never promised you a
Yes.
rose garden.
Yeah.
I beg your pardon. I never promised you a rose garden.
Excellent. Excellent.
Hey, Larry, and I might say that was played by another great guitar player, Pete Wade.
Yeah.
I'm sure if anybody's read the back of any liner notes on an album, the back of an album with liner notes on it, they would have read Pete's name.
You know, that's one of the things that I miss is reading the liner notes on the backs of albums. You don't get that on most CDs anymore.
Well, my eyes are not good enough to read the CD.
That's true.
But anyhow, there's another intro that was Wilma Burgess. Maybe some people will remember her. She was on Decca Records.
Yeah.
And Owen Bradley produced her, and he produced a song called Tear Time, which later, and Grady Martin, great guitar player, who played on your dad's records. Great guitar player.
Your dad couldn't hold a guitar player, could he?
Anyhow, he played an intro on a dobro guitar, and later on, in later years, his son Jerry Bradley produced a record on Dave and Sugar. Yeah. They did the same song, and Jerry Bradley said, "We can't keep that intro on this record. You know, we've got to do something different." Said, "You guys take a break." So we took a break and came back in about 15 minutes. He said, "There's no way to take that intro off this record. It's part of the song now," and it goes like this.
Oh, yeah.
Tear time, stars
just always thought Michelle was your wife. I didn't know she could sing.
She's a very good singer, but thank you.
is.
Thank you for saying she's my wife.
Is she really?
I might have overmarried.
I didn't know that.
Well, we've only been married 2.5 years, but so we're still newlyweds.
There you go. What's next?
The other one I was thinking about, and of course you're familiar with this, but maybe the people aren't, but Billy Grammer had several hit records, Got to Travel On, Bonaparte's Retreat, but it was also a great guitar player. And when he wasn't traveling and doing concerts, he would do demo sessions in town, and a lot of master sessions too. He was leader on them usually. He and Mel Tillis were real good friends, so he was doing a demo session with Mel Tillis and Danny Deal, who wrote this song, and he was just doodling around in the studio, you know.
I know what's coming on this.
Yeah, and Danny Deal came out and said, "What are you doing there?" He said, "Well, I'm working on a little instrumental I'm trying to write." He said, "Will it fit this song?" He said, "I don't know. Let's try it," and it went.
I wanna go home.
Yeah.
I wanna go home. Oh, how I wanna go home. You got it.
I always thought they detuned it.
They do, but that's on an electric guitar, and it's real hard to do on an acoustic.
I got
so
you.
I figured out how to do it.
How to make it sound like.
Another footnote to that might be interesting, on Bobby Bear's record.
Yep.
And I've heard different guys played it, but I think it was Jerry Kennedy or either Jerry Reed. Charlie McCoy tuned the guitar
While they were
were playing.
Huh.
So
That's interesting.
Was that on the credits? Guitar tunes?
no, he didn't get any credits.
Guitar tuned
But
by-
you can't do that song without that lick now, and that's my whole point about
Not at all.
unsung heroes.
Gotta have it.
Roy Clark said on one of our shows that a young man came up to him and said, because Roy did intricate work at times,
Yes,
and would overdub on records at times. Mm-hmm. And he said, a young man came up to me and he said, "Mr. Clark, I learned how to play, listen to your records." And he said, I'd like to play that for you. And he said, "Well, go right ahead." Figuring the guy was, just going to pick up one of the... Kid had figured out how to play the licks that he had to double. He had figured out how to play it right there. And he said, "Man," I'm going, "Whoa, kid, what's going on?"
I've seen a lot of that today, too.
Yeah.
Where a kid can play it all. Another guitar player that comes to mind that really put his brand on a record was a guy that worked for Johnny Cash. His name was Luther Perkins.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Without Luther, I mean, he was one of the Tennessee Two, and then one of the Tennessee Three, and then of the Tennessee Some Odd.
Yeah.
He kept adding members to the band. But he came up with after 3 notes, you know what the song's going to be. But he played the intro and the solo, and it goes.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I expected her to step up and go, "I'll see that train a-coming."
I married a lady.
I didn't want to sing that one.
Well, Jimmy, I've always heard
Always a plus.
that Luther Perkins really technically wasn't that great a guitar player.
He was not, but I guarantee he was probably one of the most copied guitar players.
That's the amazing thing about it. You don't always have to be technically perfect to
Absolutely.
have that sound.
Just have to do something first.
Yeah, do something
Do
first.
something first. And I'm probably leaving out a lot of great guitar players, but these are the ones that were my heroes up front, and
The
guys I've
signature
worked-
sound. from the
Signature
song.
sounds.
Yeah.
And this lick right here, I guarantee you I can start playing it. I don't have to say the name of the lady that sang it or what label it was on or anything, but Jerry Kennedy, great guitar player, great producer, produced the Statler Brothers.
Right.
He played this intro.
Oh, yeah.
Stand by your man
Yeah.
and show the world you love him. Stand by your man.
Fantastic.
That's it.
I've been looking forward to singing that one either right now.
Excellent job.
Are we going to have to make her a deputy?
Man,
We should.
instead of a singer, I should be a deputy.
We need the money. So.
Well, she does the bologna down at the jail. You didn't know that she
Yeah,
fixes
the
all of
bologna
all the
sandwiches.
sandwiches.
That's right. You have another one, or are we?
We do have one more,
Good.
and it's a big record of Don Gibson's.
Oh.
Not a lot of people know, but it was Chet Atkins that played the solo on it. I asked him where he got the idea, and he said that Don hummed the solo to it.
Wow.
And I can't think, it's Toy Soldiers or anyhow, it was from an old song, you know,
Yeah.
that he had heard. But anyhow,
And he wanted it on this song.
yeah, and you guys might join in on
No,
this if you don't
sure,
mind.
sure.
What?
Do we look like the Jordanaires? We can do this, Larry. Body up, up, up. Body up, up, up. Oh, get him.
Oh,
lonesome me.
oh, lonesome me.
Body up, 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 body up, up, up.
That's the worst I've ever heard.
Apologize.
We're going to take a break, get out of here. We'll be right back.
Oh, hot licks, hot food, and a lot of good times. Larry's Country Diner will be back. Welcome back to Larry's Country Diner. We're glad you're along. You know, a lot of folks write in, Larry, wanting to know about the quality of food. Because, I mean, let's face it, some of them in the UK, places far, will never get here. And I wrote a fellow back last night. I said, well, the quality of food is based, it actually comes from Larry's mother. She had a basic idea in the menu. Take it or leave it, right? Am I right? Here's Larry.
Larry's Diner.
Take it or leave it. Hey, that's a great slogan.
I like it. Take it or leave it.
From Mama Black.
Mama Black. We got some more. Jimmy, you got a little 3-song medley.
Yeah, I do. We got a new CD coming out probably in about 4 months.
Oh, this is the old one.
That's the old one.
JimmyCaps.com. And I'm going to tell you more about that in just a minute. But this is the one that you've been asking for. We actually said something about it on the last series.
Sure did. I appreciate it.
You got some telephone call. I mean, you got some internet stuff.
We
activity?
did, and we appreciate it very much.
Well,
Appreciate
you're
the
welcome. We'll
interest.
take our cut later.
Of course.
Go ahead.
Okay, this is called Smoky Mountain Time.
Yeah.
And this is a little thing that Michelle and I wrote in the kitchen. It's called Jump Start. It's all about a diet. So here it is. Sorry. And
Real good up till then, man.
I hope everybody recognizes this.
Yes.
Here's Larry.
Jimmy and Charlie McCoy and
Charlie McCoy, myself, drummer named Gene Crispin, Billy Linneman on bass.
Yep.
And was that it? That was it.
that's all we paid.
And my son engineered it. So
That's right.
We didn't pay him no. Did
Jimmy
we?
wrote it, and
Double.
I think you
It's
did.
Oh, did we?
it's the theme from your show, but it's called Larry's Place.
Oh, thrilling! I didn't know it had a name.
At Larry's Place.
You got a song, big
Well,
boy.
listen, it sounds great every time. It really makes it. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. You know, we've got jimmycaps.com, this, and I just found out today, I mean, Michelle has been singing backup for some of the people who have stopped in, and there are 2 Michelle albums on the website, jimmycaps.com. Now, she's got her own website, but it's easier to go to Jimmy's. Yes. jimmycaps.com, and you can get the Jimmy Caps album, or you can get either of these 2 albums, I call them albums, I always do, CDs, and you've got a brand new one coming out, right?
Yes, we do.
Okay, jimmycaps.com.
Absolutely.
Got it.
Thank you.
You know what I saw over here? I saw some people that, I was sitting in church one Sunday morning.
Long
At
time
a
ago.
long time ago. Stop it.
Oh, that was cruel.
She is so bad. At Christ Church out on Old Hickory Boulevard in Nashville, they have this huge choir, Christ Church Choir. Landy Gardner is the musical director, and they've backed up Dolly and a whole bunch of people. And they had just finished a rousing number. And Daniel Bell, one of the associate pastors there, walked up and he said, as he walked by the microphone, man, if they'd have sung another verse, I'd have got them clogged. Landy Gardner jumped up and went, bam! And they started doing it again. Well, he's got to produce. He's here now, along with Marcia. I almost said the wrong name there. Marcia Campbell. I just spotted him over here. Yeah. Y'all move your bodies over this way so we can get a little of that clogging done. Come on. Come on. Daniel Bell and Marcia Campbell. Now, did you used to be on the Opry thing, or are you still there, or what?
I'm still on the Opry, 25 years in October.
Wow. Did you get a retirement, a benefit?
I'm working on it.
Oh, yeah.
Jimmy, Sheriff.
Now, you used to, as a younger man.
I sure did. I danced on the Opry from the time I was 14 to 25. Wow. And I've actually been back about 6 times in the last 6 months, so it's been a...
Is that right? That Sunday morning was incredible. Did you get any feedback from that?
Hey, Larry. Oh, you know.
Larry,
what? Use the microphone there.
Why?
We can't hear him.
Simple.
I love it when things don't go as I planned. Sorry. Maybe they'll pick you up from my microphone.
You know, this dance that we do is an Appalachian-style dance that's been around a long time. It was a blend of African cultures and Irish and Scottish, and it's just a lot of fun. So anytime we do it, people smile and clap along, and so yeah, you get feedback. You get good feedback.
Was there any negative feedback that it was on a Sunday morning on the platform?
Well, you know, if you remember when I got through, I kind of felt like, oh man, I've just taken the Lord's stage and just used it for this, you know. And so I just said, you know, growing up, we used to call that buck dancing or clogging. But today, we'll just call it showing out. So the fact that I just owned that I just showed out at church, everybody gave me a little grace.
Gave you a little break on that,
yeah,
right?
That's right.
Well, it made the moment for me. I'm going to take that mic from you because we want to get some clogging out of it.
Yeah, give the fiddle player a plug.
Do we have a fiddle player?
It's me again.
Oh. All right, we're ready.
I want to see this.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I mean, what other diner can you go to and get something like this, right? All this and food too. Thank you, Daniel.
You know, a little side note, Marcia used to be my radio partner. We did the all-night show on the Interstate Radio Network for a number of years.
You were a disc jockey?
I absolutely wrecked her radio career.
Running, right? We're going to take a break. We'll be right back. Keith?
Oh, you know, I'd like to lie and tell you I used to dance like that, but no, I'm not going to. We'll be back. Larry's Country Diner. Welcome back to Larry's Country Diner. I want to mention and invite everybody down this Saturday, biggest event in our little town all year long. It's the degreasing of Larry's Kitchen. I mean, people come from all around. We get that thing cleaned off, and it takes all day. But free meals.
Degreasing?
Degreasing.
Oh, yeah,
Larry
it takes a lot of that. Speaking of grease, we have a young lady, Marcia, who just did the clogging with Daniel Bell.
Yes,
you are on Sirius Radio?
Sirius 147, XM 171.
And what do you play?
Well, it's a talk station for America's truck drivers.
Oh, really?
The Road Dog Channel. And if you bought it, a truck brought it, and it's a lot of talk and a lot of entertainment.
So can you say all them trucker things?
10-4.
Good buddy.
So a big hand for America's professional truck drivers.
Yeah. Fire off Nadine. Where is she? Get in there, woman.
He's getting psychic.
Don't you rush me.
There be to Nadine. Nadine, did you hear them clogging?
I did hear them clogging. I cannot believe a preacher clogging.
Well, I can't either.
I'm telling you.
Wearing them loud
We're
taps
gonna
on
have
his
to have
shoes.
special prayer for that boy.
We may have some laying on of hands.
Well, now, I don't know if we're going to do that or not.
What's happening?
Well, I feel like I've been drugged through hot and cold face first.
Not to mention how you look.
I tell you what, don't you tick me off. I'm running out of places to hide bodies. I'm just ticked at Homer.
What'd he do?
I got a feeling his mama's coming into town. I was out there this afternoon and all the animals in the neighborhood were running in circles. She's on her way, I bet.
They do that, huh?
Yep. He sent me over to Goodwill to get him some new clothes. You know, he's so frugal. If he ever dies and sees that light at the end of the tunnel, he'll put it out. I went and got him some new clothes, and I got me some new underwear and stuff. Well, it's new to me, but I just was gonna come over here and see what y'all had, but I ain't got too long. I can't stay long today. I got to get over and get that church sign done so I can get back to Homer.
Well, do you have a good one today?
Well, you got any Sundays or anything like that? I thought
Pudding?
that'll work.
Pudding?
I was going to put on there, our Sundays are better than Baskin Robbins. Would that do? Here you go. Feed the monkeys.
You're bad today.
You go ahead.
You're bad today.
I'll get on over there.
All right, get on over and do it.
I'll do it.
And welcome back to Larry's Country Diner. Larry, do you know what the definition the fella gave me the other day here in the diner of a bagel?
What?
It is an unsweetened donut with rigor mortis. I never really thought about it like that.
You know what? I'd buy that. That's
Yeah,
true.
I'm
That's
with
true.
him.
Don't forget, JimmyCaps.com for this one. And also these by Michelle. Wanted to get that in before we get out of here. Ronny Robbins is here. Ronny, your dad's song, I'll say it like this. I only knew the opening and the closing as a disc jockey. Because it's the one you would put on when you could run down the hall and go to the bathroom. It was the only song long enough in radio that you could go to the bathroom on.
Well,
There you go. There's a compliment.
I have to go. Would you play that song?
well, sure. We can't. Okay. Well, you know, it's ironic that I'd be here at Larry's Diner because, you know, my career is a pretty well kept secret, as a lot of you probably don't know. But, you know, I've had people say they like to hear me sing, and I've heard people say they like to hear me eat. So I think it's very ironic that I'm here because usually most people say they'd rather hear me eat. So, but Jimmy is going to do the intro on this. You may have heard it. And
Talk about famous intros.
one hero that he forgot to mention.
Well, I mentioned him on Tier Time, but this song right here of your dad's was how long?
437.
Grady
One
Martin.
version.
Grady Martin played, and everybody thought it was like a classical gut string guitar he played it on. It was a steel string F-hole guitar from your dad's office, an old Epiphone.
Yeah.
But he played for how long? 4.5?
It's 4.5 minutes.
Without repeating
He
one
didn't.
lick.
There's not one.
Every
one
lick is different
every-
now. Today it's going to be a little different. You'll hear lots of repeats.
Well,
It needs to be a 3-minute and 30-second song.
Everything about the song will be a little different. So. Out in the West Texas town of El Paso, I fell in love with a Mexican girl. Nighttime would find me in Rose's cantina. Music would play and Felina would whirl. Blacker than night were the eyes of Felina, wicked and evil while casting a spell. Where's that bus? There you are. My love was deep for this Mexican maiden. I was in love, but in vain I could tell. One night a wild young cowboy came in, wild as the West Texas wind. One down, one to go. Dashing and daring, a drink he was sharing with wicked Felina, the girl that I love. So in anger I challenged his right for the love of this maiden. Down with his hand for the gun that he wore. My challenge was answered in less than a heartbeat, and and some young stranger lay dead on the floor. Just for a moment I stood there in silence, shocked by the foul evil deed I had done. Many thoughts raced through my mind as I stood there. I had but one chance, and that was to run. Something is dreadfully wrong, for I feel the burning pain in my side. Though I am trying to stay in the saddle, I'm getting weary, unable to ride. But my love for Nadina is strong, and I rise where I've fallen. Though I am weary, I can't stop to rest. I see the white puff of smoke from the rifle. I feel the bullet go deep in my chest. From out of nowhere, Nadina has found me, kissing my cheek as she kneels by my side. Cradled by two loving arms that I'll die for, one little kiss and Felina, goodbye.
Ronny Robbins, thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Be on the lookout for the new Marty Robbins set coming up. Get us out of here.
Oh,
Thank you.
if it lasted any longer, I don't think I could have stood it in more ways than one. Larry's Country Diner, thanks for joining us. Come back and see us again. Larry'sCountryDiner.com if you want to find us on the net. I was going to say that real quick. It just didn't work out.
Hey, if you like that one, you're gonna love this one. Or this one.